these men are fighting for their jobs here. I think it's fair to say, right? You have a Jared Vanderaa who has lost, 4 in a row? Something like that, 3 in a row, 4 in a row. Chase Sherman kind of in the same boat, 3, 4 in a row. Chase Sherman, he's 3-9 in the UFC, brother. I think Jared Vanderaa is 1-4, if I'm not mistaken. So what this means is that this is the toughest part. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a big fan of Chase Sherman. I'm a huge fan of Chase Sherman because I love the style. I love the motorcycle persona. I love his Muay Thai. I love his ability to confront anybody and anybody. I mean, if you look at his last 5, dude fought Jake Collier, right? The hybrid, the hybrid heavyweight that not a lot of guys want to fight. Parker Porter, Andrei Arlovsky, Ike Villanueva, and Alexander Romanov. If you talk about a hit list, that is a hit list. And he's not a real bona fide heavyweight. Like, he's not the biggest guy in the world. But then Jared Vanderaa, I mean, listen, man, he was beating Alexei Oleinik until he wasn't in his last fight. So that speaks volumes. Lost a split decision to Andrei Arlovsky. He got knocked out by Romanov. Has a big win over Justin Tafa and another loss to Sergey Spivak. So AJ, this is the theme here. The theme is Jared Vanderaa has lost basically every single one of his fights except the Andrei Arlovsky fight in the UFC to grapplers. When he fights a striker, that's when he has the most success. When he fights a dude who's willing to just stand and bang, that's when he has that success. That's when he has the advantage because he could grapple too. Chase Sherman, I mean, he's fought just the mix of dudes who can strike, grapple, but when it comes down to striking, he's kind of been outstruck by a lot of these dudes. However, AJ, I think Vanderaa, the smart thing for him, because he needs a win on the board, I think he just grapples this fight, bro. And I think that that's going to be the catalyst right here. Chase Sherman has clearly been fed to the dogs by the UFC. He gets another opportunity, stepped in on short notice against Alexander Romanov or whatnot. They gave him a new contract, I'm guessing. But it just seems like a long shot to get a dub here against a very talented Jared Vanderaa, who opened at minus 175, is looking closer to minus 200 right here. So it's not the largest odd discrepancy. But if Chase Sherman was going to win, my man, I mean, it has to come via TKO, right?
It has to. It has to. I don't even see him getting a points win right here, just because Vanderaa is crafty. He's a veteran, and I think who has more UFC fights. Yeah, it's crazy because Sherman has more UFC fights, but I feel like Vanderaa is just more well-rounded and been in the fight game a little bit longer. Chase Sherman, coming from bare knuckles, I feel like is a huge detriment to him because he just wants like that style of fight, man, standing there and bang. And when you do that with a lot of other fighters, it's just they have more skills. And I feel like Vanderaa, he's more well-rounded. We might see a boring heavyweight fight here where Vanderaa just takes him to the ground, beats him up, gets the finish, goes home. Or, we might see a little bit of back and forth, but I'm expecting Vanderaa to play the smart route, get the fight to the ground and get this thing over with and get Sherman, going on the road, man.
Yeah, I think that he does basically what Alexander Romanov did in his last fight to Chase Sherman. You just get the takedown, go for the Americana, go for the key lock, whatever the case, and just get in and get out. You need the win here. Both dudes need a massive win, so that's why it's a little harder to bet, to be honest, because Chase Sherman could come out crafty as hell, crafty as we've ever seen him, man. This is a must-win for him, and there's nothing scarier, AJ. There's nothing scarier than a man who suffers adversity time and time again and keeps coming back, who keeps moving forward. That's like Korean zombie style. You know what I mean? It's just like you just keep walking forward. It's like, how does this dude keep coming? And that's the thing, man. I guarantee you, Chase Sherman never counts himself out. I can guarantee you that. So that's why that indomitable will, you have to respect it. All respect for Chase Sherman. I just think Jared Vanderaa is too well-rounded of a fighter. And I do think that we could see one of two things. He could also see just a quick blast double and ground and pound for a quick finish. You know what I mean? We could also see that. But I think that submission prop is juicy, AJ. I think it's juicy, and I like that submission prop. And I think I'm going to go for that submission prop, that plus 550 Jared Vanderaa. I think that if you look at the ability for him to take Alexei Oleinik's back, have hooks in, work for a choke. Yeah, you ended up getting reversed. You ended up getting choked out. But what did he do immediately after, AJ? He goes to the back, says, hey, Alexei, can you show me what was that choke you were working on? Show me the choke. I want to learn that, right? So you're still working, okay, grappling. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I like the submission prop for Jared Vanderaa at plus 550. Over and under here, AJ, is 2.5 rounds, and I'm taking the under on that one. I think that this is going to be kind of one-way traffic, more or less, but I'm hoping for a very competitive fight. How do you see it?
I'm right there with you. I'm not going to take the submission prop, even though the thing is juicy, man. I like it a lot. I'm going to take the TKO prop. I think Vanderaa is going to shoot in for the double, blast double, get in the ground and pound, smash style all day, then go back to eating healthy and living life, man. I think either way, it's going to be not a one. Man, I'm hoping for not a one-sided fight. I can see it happening, but just the fan in me for Chase Sherman hopes there's an actual scrap here to be had. But like I said, man, I'm taking Jared Vanderaa TKO, and I'm going early, round 1.
All right, so that's the under. So we got 2 unders in a row right there. Should be a fun one in the heavyweight division.